Hey everybody out there in internet land, it's Celisa Ellis, also known as the Fixer.
Libby, I'm also known as the Nugget Digger. I got it right this week.
And I'm Natalie, the Y-Finder.
And we're here at Massage Integrative Health Solutions for our wellness talk. Today we're going to talk about carpal tunnel and tarsal tunnel. I bet there's a few of you out there that have never heard of tarsal tunnel, right?
Right.
So if carpal tunnel is in your hands, tarsal tunnel would be in your feet, okay?
Yep.
So what is carpal and tarsal tunnel?
It is a perceived notion of a narrowing of the tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
So inflammation, it can come from a lot of different things which we'll go over today.
Yeah, so
Teach
nerve
you all about-
compression, right? So when you go to the doctor, typically you're going there because you have numbness or tingling in your fingers, or maybe it's in your feet, right? And basically the first thing they do is they give you that wrist guard,
wrist thingy,
right?
Mhm.
So I will tell you a couple of things about those wrist guards. I don't really like them, but if it helps you, then continue to use it. But just notice if it is helping you or not, because that's super important. Because by stabilizing your wrist, it's okay, but you're not getting any wrist movement, and that's really not good for that joint in the long run. So that's why I don't like them that much.
Yeah, not a huge fan.
Okay, so let's see. What else do we have here about carpal and tarsal tunnel? So tarsal tunnel is actually a nerve compression in your feet. Specifically on the inside heel.
Yep.
There's a tunnel that goes up. So inside heel, your big side
Big toe side
of your foot
Uh-huh.
in your ankle, your heel area. If you touch that area and it's super sensitive, you probably have the makings of tarsal tunnel starting.
My husband had been going to the doctor because he'd had numbness in his feet. They had done a bunch of tests. He's not diabetic, no other issues. It's idiopathic neuropathy. It was tarsal tunnel. I was able to get in under that bone, and we solved the issue. So he's also plantar fasciitis, which is one of the things he's got. So
yeah,
there's lots of ways to.
So you found that nugget then?
Yeah, that's when I learned about tarsal tunnel, and then I went through and figured out how to fix it, and so it is.
Yeah, so
You can fix it.
tarsal tunnel has some other diagnosis, like plantar fasciitis or heel spur. There's another one,
Neuropathy was his.
neuropathy, or Achilles heel tendonitis.
Yes, that's
another one, right?
Yeah.
So it makes it hurt, like at the bottom of your foot. It might feel tingly or nummy, and that are very, very similar to what plantar fasciitis feels like, right?
Absolutely.
So we get a lot of people who come in with these types of things, and for the most part, we are successful.
Most of the time, we can fix these things. Yeah.
So tarsal tunnel is pretty easy to figure out if you have it or not, because it's super sensitive in that heel area. You probably want to kick your therapist.
Yes.
Because it
it
is
hurts.
that painful.
It's very, very painful. It's very uncomfortable when somebody's poking at it.
Yeah.
Like we do.
And different, because carpal tunnel, when you work the wrist, it might hurt a little bit, but it's not excruciating like the tarsal tunnel.
Yeah.
And I have some other reasons why you might get carpal tunnel. Instead of the narrowing of this area, it could actually be coming from your neck. You have these things called scalenes, which are terrible muscles. I'm sure we've talked about scalenes on this show before, because they
cause a lot.
They do. They wreak a lot of havoc. A little muscle wreaks a lot of havoc, but that can cause pain coming down your arm, your shoulder, into your fingers. These three fingers specifically, which is similar to what carpal tunnel
presents as.
Yeah. So it may not be quite as easy to figure out which one you have on a carpal tunnel issue, but we have success. I've saved at least a handful of people from actually having that surgery. I I'm a person that does not like surgeries, and if you don't like surgeries, I'll try and help you not to have the surgery if possible. And really, a lot of times it's a matter of stretching. I firmly believe that if you were not born with carpal tunnel, then it's probably reversible.
See, and I didn't know that you could be born with it.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
A little narrowing of something.
Yeah. I mean, it makes total sense. I just kind of course, you know, me, like, usually when I hear about carpal tunnel, you know, it's people that have been sitting at a desk for, you know, and working on a computer for however long. In fact, I thought I was starting to get it several years ago, but luckily I did not, nor did I have to have the surgery. But I know, like, several of the people that I worked with, they had that surgery, and the only kind of feedback I ever got was, don't do it.
Yeah.
If you can, don't do it.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And you know, I'm not here to tell you not to have surgery, but I will tell you that if you don't want it, there are probably other alternatives. I would not tell you not to have something that you feel is going to help you feel better, because that's what we're all about.
Of course, yes.
I want you to feel better. So if you feel like that's going to help you, then absolutely do it. But if you want to see other options, hey, we're here.
Yes.
They're here.
Well, you can talk to them about the pain suffered by carpal tunnel, right?
Exactly.
Because that can put you in a weird headspace too.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, because it can cause anxiety, depression. You know, I mean, think about it. If you're in so much pain, especially with, you know, with your wrists and your hands, how are you going to sit at the computer for however long and not just be in excruciating pain?
Yeah, you
So,
start dreading.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, dreading going to work, and you know, because everybody wants to perform well on their job, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's really not like just people who sit at a computer, because that definitely is very prevalent in our world today. But I mean, think of the construction worker, right?
Yeah.
Same thing. Anything that's repetitive,
Very repetitive.
even with your feet, there could be something repetitive that you're doing with your feet that is causing the tarsal tunnel. And again, that's something that we look at. We discuss what you could be doing to create this thing that's happening to you, right?
Absolutely.
So if you are perpetuating it, we're going to try and undo that
Yes.
and show
Teach
you
you
some
different
alternatives.
ways.
Yes.
Teach you different ways to do the things.
So what else? So there are massage techniques in the ankle and foot. You can try yourself at home. Like I said, the inside of your foot or your ankle, right in that top of your heel, you're going to get right in there, and you're going to do some cross fiber techniques. You're going to move your ankle around in different positions. And like I said, it's going to hurt. I will tell you that if I'm doing self-care on myself and it hurts really bad, it's hard for me to continue. But if I have somebody else that I can cuss at while they're doing it,
it feels much better.
let out some of that anger that comes along with it.
I can kind of get through that a little bit easier. Yeah, for sure. So, and then stretching, there's some stretching techniques and things like that we would definitely go through and make sure that you understand. Precautions and contraindications. I mean, really the only reason that I wouldn't touch your foot is if you told me not to.
Yep, absolutely.
And if you've had a recent surgery or like break, if it's sprained or strained or something like that, I can still work on it. But breaks and surgeries, things that are
Just wait until
open,
it heals. Wait until it heals.
Yes, we want to wait a little bit, to take a look at that. And if you have any of those things, you probably don't want anybody.
You don't want
on your
anyone
feet
poking
anyway.
you.
Hopefully, right?
Yeah.
But just to say.
Yeah.
What else we got, girls?
So what about your sleep? Imagine it would kind of be hard to sleep if you're in so much pain and everything. I would think.
Be hard to sleep, but it could be your contributing factor if you're not sleeping on the right pillow, if you're crushing these scalenes, if you're sleeping with an arm above your head and shortening all of this stuff.
Yeah, your brachial plexus is in there as well. I mean, there's a lot of
stuff that's here that.
So if you have an impingement, a nerve impingement or something like that, that is definitely something that we can work with. I'm not
Yes.
going to say we're working on it,
Yeah.
but
But we
we're
can,
working with it.
we're working with it, and we're working with the muscles that could be causing
Correct.
that.
The compression.
Mm-hmm.
So really, we are I wouldn't call it pain-free.
Mm-hmm. We are not pain free.
It's not a pain-free
But I love
But more
modality.
manageable.
I love what you say. You're already in pain.
Mhm.
Let's work through this maybe painful session to get you out of that chronic pain system.
You
Yeah.
gotta go through it to get to it.
Yeah, so a lot of people are afraid of having a painful massage, and when you're already in pain, you're in pain for day after day after day after week after month or whatever.
You're just
But if you come into our office and we're able to, in an hour, even though you're going to be in some sort of pain at your choosing,
discomfort.
yeah,
Discomfort.
when you leave, you won't be so painful day after day and
Yep.
wake up and be in pain or any of those things, right? So
Yeah.
that's more what we're trying to move toward, not torture you,
Yes.
but to fix the problem so that it doesn't keep reoccurring.
Yes.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, that's the main thing anyway.
And improve all quality of life.
Absolutely, yeah. And if you're not in pain, you have good mental health, right?
That's right.
For the most part.
Yep.
Some
Yeah.
of us.
Okay. There's always this few outliers.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, what else we got?
I think that's about it.
Yeah, I
What
don't
I've
have
got.
anything
Well,
more.
I think we know then if you have carpal or tarsal tunnel, obviously see your doctor if you
Yep.
feel like that's the best course of
Yeah.
action. And then if things aren't resolving the way that you
Expect.
Yeah.
Hope.
come see us.
Yes.
Let's see what we can do. I promise you won't be disappointed.
Yes. Absolutely.
All right, until next time, guys.
Bye.
Thank you so much.